We are bringing you the latest from the St. Michael's College School as 3 former students pleaded guilty to sexual assault charges earlier today. City News first told you about the incidents that took place last fall right here on this campus. Today, an agreed statement of facts shed more light on the assaults. There were 3 separate incidents that took place between September and November of 2018 involving members of the football team, including one young teen who walked into the locker room to ask a friend for a ride home. One of the common themes following the sexual assault allegations last year was that this was simply boys being boys. Maybe this was a hazing ritual for a football team. Though, as we heard earlier on City News, one of the victims wasn't even on the football team. He was a young teen who walked into the football locker room to ask for a ride home after the championship game. He was then sexually assaulted with a broomstick. So how could this happen here at the prestigious all-boys private school? Well, we spoke with one advocate today for victims of sexual assault. She told us she believes this is all about a culture of toxic masculinity.
This is absolutely what we're looking at. We talk about toxic masculinity as cultural environments where sex and brutality are used to take the measure of a man. And that is essentially what these boys were doing, using sex and brutality to assert their own dominance in an environment, an exclusively male environment. And it's heartbreaking to see.
There was a bit of a narrative, that this is about hazing and football hazing, but one of the victims didn't even play on the football team. He just went in to see if he could get a ride home.
Yeah, it does put the lie to that narrative, which I reject to begin with. I think that anybody who tries to minimize this or explain this away with a sort of boys will be boys, this is a sports team mentality, has entirely missed the point. But I think that learning that, one of the victims wasn't even on the team really just highlights the fact that this was a school-wide cultural issue, and it created a very heartbreaking result for the victims of this conduct.
Now, there's a 4th teenager who didn't plead guilty today. His next court date is 2 weeks from today. As for the other 3 teens, they will have their sentencing on November 14th.